Have you ever seen a motorcycle so absurd that your first reaction wasn't admiration, but wondering who had the courage to build it? Because in this video, we're not talking about the fastest, most beautiful, or most advanced motorcycles in the world. These are machines so excessive, so strange, and so impractical that they look like the result of a lost bet. Some use gigantic engines. Others look like unlikely combinations of semi-trucks, tractors, and motorcycles. And some are so bizarre that it's hard to believe they can actually move. But the most interesting part is that every single one of them is real. So stay with me until the end, because the motorcycle in first place seems to challenge not only logic, but everything we understand a motorcycle to be. Big truck cycle. The big truck cycle proves that some people simply don't know when to stop. While most riders search for lightweight and agile motorcycles, Jim Gesto went in the opposite direction and created something that looks like a semi-truck disguised as a motorcycle. The owner of a trucking company in Indiana, Jim spent years working around heavy vehicles. After witnessing several accidents involving motorcyclists, he came up with an unusual idea: build a motorcycle so enormous that nobody could possibly ignore it in traffic. The result was a machine weighing nearly 11,000 pounds and using components taken from trucks and semi-trailers. Its powertrain produces around 320 horsepower, enough to push this massive structure to speeds approaching 85 miles per hour. Riding it feels much more like driving a truck than operating a traditional motorcycle. It uses air brakes, carries more than 80 gallons of diesel fuel, and even has a train horn to make sure its presence can be noticed from a distance. Visually, it looks like something from a fantasy movie. Its elevated structure, enormous tires, and custom details make the big truck cycle one of the most excessive motorcycles ever built. From a distance, many people can't even tell whether they're looking at a motorcycle, a truck, or some kind of experimental vehicle created for an automotive show. But the most interesting detail is the philosophy behind the project. Jim believed a motorcycle didn't need to be small or discreet to be effective. In his mind, the larger the machine, the safer it would be on the road. It may not sound like the most logical solution, but it was certainly one of the most creative. The machine actually works, and has appeared at events across the country, attracting attention everywhere it goes. After all, it's difficult to ignore a motorcycle that looks like someone decided to solve a simple problem in the most excessive way possible. And if that idea sounds absurd, wait until you see the next machine, because it makes the big truck cycle look almost normal. Monster chopper. If there is a line separating a motorcycle from a monster truck, the monster chopper drove straight over it. This creation looks like the result of someone watching a monster truck competition and deciding that the same thing needed to happen on two wheels. The project was developed by the American team behind Grindhard Plumbing Co., known for building machines that challenge all conventional logic, and very few of their creations come close to this level of excess. At the center of the machine is a 1,250cc KTM LC8 V-twin engine, capable of producing around 160 horsepower. The manual transmission also came from KTM, but almost everything else was created from scratch. The frame, suspension, steering system, and many other components were fabricated specifically for this build. What truly makes this motorcycle absurd are its gigantic 46-inch tires. They're so large that they look like they belong on forestry equipment or military vehicles. To make the motorcycle capable of turning, the builders even had to modify the tire tread and create a more rounded profile. The steering system also required an unusual solution. A traditional handlebar could never control a machine of this size, so the team installed a hydraulic steering system, similar to those used in heavy off-road vehicles. Visually, the monster chopper looks like it came straight out of a post-apocalyptic movie. Its towering front end, colossal tires, and exposed frame create an intimidating appearance that attracts attention everywhere it goes. It's the kind of vehicle that makes even heavily modified pickup trucks look discreet. Despite its outrageous appearance, the motorcycle actually works, and was even displayed at the SEMA show, one of the largest automotive customization events in the world. It proves that sometimes the most ridiculous ideas really can become reality. But if you think installing gigantic tires on a motorcycle is already crazy enough, wait until you see the next machine. It decided to solve everything with raw horsepower. Frogman Rocket 2. Some motorcycles try to impress people with their appearance. Others rely on advanced technology. The Frogman Rocket 2 chose a much simpler approach. Install an enormous engine and terrify anything that pulls up beside it. Created by engineer and artist Tim Cotterill, known around the world as the Frogman, this machine was designed to become one of the most extreme three-wheeled vehicles ever built. And after looking at it for only a few seconds, it's easy to see that the mission was accomplished. Its heart is a supercharged 426 Hemi V8, capable of producing approximately 1,000 horsepower. That's more power than many modern supercars. All of that force is sent to the wheels through a 3-speed TorqueFlite automatic transmission, built to handle an extreme amount of torque. Weighing more than a ton, the Rocket 2 can accelerate at an incredible rate for a vehicle of its size. Its top speed exceeds 185 miles per hour, a number that seems almost impossible when you see how massive the machine is. Its appearance is just as excessive as its performance figures. The aluminum bodywork was shaped by hand, while the enormous supercharger completely dominates the center of the vehicle. At the front, a custom wheel created exclusively for the project gives it an even more futuristic appearance. And as if all of that wasn't enough, the Rocket 2 also uses a parachute to help slow down at extreme speeds. Yes, a parachute on a motorcycle. The combination of outrageous power, extravagant styling, and handcrafted construction turned the Rocket 2 into one of the most famous machines in the custom vehicle world. After all, very few things attract more attention than 1,000 horsepower mounted on 3 wheels. But the next creation proves that not every crazy idea needs to be fast. Looking completely impossible is enough to earn a place among the most ridiculous motorcycles ever built. And if you're enjoying these insane machines so far, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because things only get more absurd from here. Fleshwound Rust Bike. Some motorcycles don't look like they came from a factory. Instead, they appear to have been assembled through a rebuilding process, where rust, old components, and natural wear become part of the design itself. The Fleshwound Rust Bike, created by After Hours Bikes, follows the exact philosophy of rat rod culture, where imperfections are what give the machine its identity. The mechanical foundation comes from a Yamaha XS560, equipped with an approximately 560cc parallel twin engine. In its original configuration, the engine produced around 50 horsepower, which was enough for a simple and direct riding experience. However, the goal here wasn't performance or top speed. It was presence and visual impact, transforming an ordinary motorcycle into something completely unconventional. The suspension setup reinforces its stretched and aggressive appearance, with an extended chopper-style front fork and a rigid rear end that create a low and almost threatening stance. This configuration makes the motorcycle look incredibly long, as though every inch of exposed structure was designed to attract attention. Everything about it appears intentionally rough and unfinished. The details are what truly turn this motorcycle into something unique within the custom world. Its rear wheel came from a 1932 Ford milk truck, while its headlights were taken from a 1936 Chevrolet, creating a completely unlikely mixture of different eras and purposes. Somehow, those disconnected components create a strange but extremely memorable visual harmony. To make the entire build even more dramatic, the Fleshwound also has a flamethrower system installed at the rear, turning the motorcycle into a genuine spectacle when activated. It wasn't designed for comfort, efficiency, or everyday transportation. It was built to provoke a reaction, impress spectators, and destroy every expectation of what a motorcycle should be. The final result is a machine that looks more like a moving mechanical sculpture than a conventional vehicle, reinforcing the intentionally chaotic style of the entire build. Walt Moss Custom Trike. Very few machines manage to completely escape the traditional definition of a motorcycle, but some projects do it intentionally, focusing more on visual impact and concept than on following any recognized standard. Its mechanical foundation is a twin turbocharged Caterpillar 3208 diesel engine, a 10.4-liter V8, normally found in industrial equipment and heavy-duty trucks. This engine already offers a level of durability far beyond anything normally associated with a motorcycle. The powertrain produces around 600 horsepower, with its entire focus placed on torque and raw strength. The transmission is a 6-speed Allison automatic designed to withstand extreme use and heavy loads, further reinforcing the project's truck-based origins. The entire structure was designed to handle that level of force, creating a machine that doesn't prioritize lightweight or agility, but durability and visual impact. Its appearance is one of the most impressive parts of the build, with a rear section containing 2 seats beneath a structure that resembles a modified semi-trailer. This design gives the trike a unique silhouette that could never be confused with any other vehicle. Everything about it creates the feeling of a machine designed to dominate the road. The Walt Moss custom trike makes no attempt to behave like a traditional motorcycle. In practice, it is an extension of its creator's mindset, built by someone who decided to create something completely different from anything that had existed before. The result is a machine that looks more like an open-cab truck than anything normally seen on 2 or 3 wheels, with a visual presence that completely dominates its surroundings. TMC Dumont. The TMC Dumont is one of those creations that goes far beyond the traditional idea of a motorcycle and enters a world where design, engineering, and art are combined without any concern for conventional rules. Created by Brazilian former Formula 1 driver Tarso Marques, it wasn't built to compete with other motorcycles. It was designed to demonstrate how far human creativity can go when practical limitations are replaced by vision and ambition. At the heart of the machine is a 6-cylinder Rolls-Royce Continental aircraft engine, producing around 300 horsepower. This type of engine already carries an engineering history connected to aviation, and seeing it installed in a ground vehicle creates an incredible contrast between its original purpose and its new application. The result is a strong and continuous delivery of power, unlike anything found in a conventional motorcycle. Its continuously variable automatic transmission completely eliminates the need for traditional gear changes, creating an almost experimental riding experience. In practice, the rider simply accelerates and controls the direction, almost as if operating something between a futuristic motorcycle and an industrial prototype. That operational simplicity contrasts directly with the engineering complexity behind the project. The TMC Dumont immediately attracts attention with its gigantic 36-inch hubless wheels, creating a clean and almost floating effect. Its carbon fiber and aluminum frame keeps the structure relatively light, while its length of more than 13 feet gives it the presence of an extended sports car. Every part was designed to make an impact before the machine could even be fully understood. In addition to its unconventional engineering and appearance, the TMC Dumont also received international recognition, including the Best of Show award at Daytona Bike Week, one of the most important custom motorcycle events in the United States. This proved that even though it ignored traditional rules, the machine could still be respected within a world that often values more conventional designs. In the end, the TMC Dumont makes no attempt to be practical, economical, or rational. It exists as a statement of creative freedom, proving that a motorcycle can become more than a vehicle and transform into a moving work of art. Roadog motorcycle. The Roadog motorcycle is one of those projects that seems to have been created not to follow the rules, but to push them to their absolute limit. It's almost as though its purpose was to discover how far engineering could go before the vehicle completely lost its resemblance to a traditional motorcycle. Created by William Wild Bill Gelbke during the 1960s, it came from the mind of an engineer with experience in the aerospace industry, which helps explain the extreme ambition behind the project. Its mechanical setup immediately shattered expectations for the time. The machine used a 2.5-liter Chevrolet 4-cylinder engine, producing around 90 horsepower, connected to a 2-speed Powerglide automatic transmission. Something that was almost unthinkable on a motorcycle during the 1960s, and further reinforced the experimental and almost provocative nature of the design. The Roadog's size remains one of its most impressive and difficult features to comprehend, even today. Measuring more than 17 feet long and weighing around 3,300 pounds, It has far more in common with an extended automobile than a traditional motorcycle. It was designed to travel on open roads with stability, which required completely unconventional engineering solutions. The design combines elements from motorcycles, vintage automobiles, and industrial machinery, creating an incredibly long, heavy, and visually dominant silhouette. To support its own weight while stopped, the vehicle uses built-in hydraulic jacks, since any conventional motorcycle kickstand would have been completely useless. This shows how every detail had to be designed around an idea that challenged conventional logic. The Roadog wasn't simply an isolated experiment. It was a serious attempt to prove that a gigantic motorcycle could function during long-distance travel. It covered thousands of miles during its first year, demonstrating that despite its absurd appearance, the machine had a genuine functional purpose behind its construction. The Roadog remains one of the boldest machines ever created on two wheels, not because it was beautiful or fast, but because it attempted to completely redefine what a motorcycle could be. AW Diesel Bi-Turbo. The AWD Diesel Bi-Turbo is the type of project that seems to have been built more to prove a point than to follow any traditional idea of motorcycle design. Handcrafted by Sam Turner, an American technician specializing in diesel engines, it was created inside a garage with the goal of transforming heavy-duty engineering into a vehicle completely outside conventional standards. At the heart of the machine is an 840cc diesel V-twin engine equipped with direct fuel injection and 2 turbochargers, producing around 20 horsepower. Although that figure may sound modest compared to other extreme motorcycles, the goal was never speed. The focus was raw torque and the ability to move an incredibly unusual structure with efficiency and control. Its hydrostatic drivetrain uses a hydraulic pump and wheel hub motors, a solution normally found in industrial machinery and construction equipment, but extremely rare in the motorcycle world. This configuration provides all-wheel drive, something almost non-existent in this category, reinforcing the experimental and highly technical nature of the project. The motorcycle structure also breaks completely from convention, using reinforced suspension, independent arms, and compressed air systems designed to handle the weight and force of the powertrain. The frame also serves as a hydraulic fluid reservoir, demonstrating a level of mechanical integration where each structural component performs several functions at once. Its final appearance resembles an experimental military vehicle, far more than a traditional motorcycle, with external fuel cans, ammunition boxes, and dark paint focused on durability and function. Nothing was designed to look lightweight or sporty. Instead, the goal was to create the impression of a machine built for extreme environments. That is exactly what makes the AWD Diesel Bi-Turbo stand out. It doesn't attempt to fit into any existing category. Instead, it creates an identity of its own, based on raw engineering, industrial solutions, and a completely different vision of what a motorcycle can be. After seeing all of these machines, it's clear that we're not simply talking about large motorcycles. These are projects that completely break the traditional idea of what a motorcycle can be. They combine heavy engineering, industrial components, aircraft engines, and an incredible amount of ambition in every detail. Each one started with an extreme idea, whether the goal was to impress people, test engineering limits, or simply prove that it was possible to go beyond anything considered normal. The result is a collection of vehicles that attract attention not only because of their size, but because of the almost unbelievable creativity behind each project. The most impressive part is that none of these motorcycles follow traditional rules. They exist to provoke a reaction and prove that there is still plenty of room for excess in the world of 2 and 3 wheels. Which one did you think was the most absurd? And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. It helps the channel continue growing and allows us to bring you more content like this. I'll see you in the next one.